Here at Dannenglor, the enemy holds and interrogates those they have captured in battle. The prisoners must be rescued swiftly.
Welcome back everyone to Piney Plays the Brawler, where today we are making a strike against Dannenglor. This is the first of the Mirkwood skirmishes. I believe at the end of the last episode I said that I would be skipping ahead to Dannenglor, either that or perhaps running some other instance, since I didn't think any of the other events that you do between where it was and where it is now would be particularly of interest in showcasing the Brawler. And that's the primary purpose of this particular series. So let's see how we do in this skirmish. And we got through the first set pretty quickly. Let's see what we've got. Now some of the encounters here can get a little dodgy, but usually this is one of the faster skirmishes. In fact, it has a bit of a reputation for how fast you can do it. Seeing if you could do it in less than 10 minutes or less than 5 minutes, depending on your skill level and how completionist you are in the skirmish. Well, that was a little strange. And now for the light bulb. Now, part of it, of course, is that at least in higher counts, you have some reflex on the fire on the Marathon, so you have to be careful on that, but you don't have to worry about that particular item in solo, except for one of the encounters that you have. There we go. Let's take care of this Deathmonger to make sure that he doesn't go around summoning nasty spirits. Alright, and it looks like my herbalist likes to keep them busy. I also find that the herbalist is a bit tanky at times. I forgot to level up my herbalist just before the skirmish, because right now I think she's a couple of ranks behind where she should be at this level, but I'll have to worry about that later. Right now, let's see what we've got here. Oh, fun! Speaking of encounters that have reflex, the worst of them is right over there. And here is the counterattack. Now, usually I head right up there for it, but we've got Ruingalad as our first encounter. Now, the question is, should I go against Ruingalad? Ruingalad is unfortunately a tough encounter. That's a bit of an understatement. Actually, probably what I will do is I will save Ruingalad. That way, we have less of a penalty on some of these areas if I do get defeated in attempting to go against Ruingalad. Ruingalad's reflect is tough if you don't have a heal. Now, I do have an herbalist, but it's not necessarily going to be helpful in this manner, so I have to find some strategy in order to be able to get around it. We'll see how successful that strategy is. But for now, I will avoid the penalty on the first few checkpoints. Now, I have to do it before the boss fight, otherwise it won't count for the deed. And if I'm going to go and face Ruingalad, I might as well get deed credit for it. Assuming, of course, I succeed in the end. Because, while any other encounter, I always say no trouble finishing it. Ruingalad is the one encounter where I have just decided to give up. Now, there are a couple that I skip in other skirmishes because I feel that they are too long to do. Like, for example, that warg in Tuckborough, which is way, way, way over there. If I'm trying to go through quickly, I would skip that particular one. But once I've decided not to skip it, I would go and do it. Now, let's see. All right, let's see what we could do about the shepherd. There you go. Yeah, stunning the shepherd. That is my usual strategy against that. Actually, it looks like doing this at level, I get through most things pretty quickly. Except, of course, we've got Ruingalad in this run. And yeah, there is absolutely no way. Oh, hello. I didn't see you. Oh, monitoring the heals from... Obviously, the herbalist is healing somebody. Otherwise, she wouldn't be attacked all that often. All right, there we go. No second encounter signal. That either means that Yeah, okay, it's the spider. This is especially what I want to be able to make sure I get the other encounter done before I face Ruingalad, so that one of the major sources of skirmish marks is not penalized. Because what happens is that if you get defeated in a skirmish, you start accumulating a penalty for each time you've been defeated on any marks that you earn after that point. And that penalty remains until the next time you complete a skirmish, or until an hour lapses. So one or the other. And oh yeah, there you are. There is our spider, Gothling. So I'll take care of you, then I'll pick up the flag, then we could go and face the encounter. Now, oops. Because now there is an interesting question, is whether the credit is based on when the boss dies, or when you pick up that last flag. If it's based on the boss dies, it might be better for me to... Actually, I don't think you get anything for killing the boss, so perhaps it's... If it's for picking up the last flag, then... Yeah, I better go and take care of Ruingalad first. Now, let's see. That is right over here. Now, let's see. I have food. All right, check. I've got trail food. Check. I don't know if the cream of onion soup will help me any, but I might as well grab some of that. Let's see. Max power. Yeah, like that's going to help me in any way whatsoever. Let's see. I don't know why I'm carrying item wear reduction tomes. They're not really all that good these days, at least if I remember to talk to Wenda. Alright, let me add a little extra morale in here. I will keep that potion there just in case. I've got this wing emblem here, which is ranged offense. Well, that's not going to make much of a difference there. So, let's see. And I have to remember to use weather blows on occasion so that I could get some of my morale back. And Ruingalad can't really be kited, because if you kite Ruingalad, you go in and out of Ruingalad's damage area, and you take extra damage that way. Oh yeah, I am going too fast down. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's the problem. we could at least take care of that. Now, if the herbalist, I don't know how well the herbalist is helping me in this matter. Not very well at all, I think. Well, looks like this, oops, that was the wrong one. Do I have anything else left that I could possibly use? Yeah, no, I'm going down. Oh well. According to this, I am at minus 10% mark acquisition for the rest of the skirmish. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it again, but this time I have put myself into tanking stance. I should have thought of doing that before, seeing how that would work. And perhaps I'll be more resilient, and perhaps I will have some hope of survival. I'll just give myself full buffs on this. And be more judicious on how I do everything else. Let's see, we've got Weather Blows, and I've also got Joy of Battle Heal, but that's a 3-minute cooldown, so I'm not too sure how much help that's going to be. We'll have to see. I suspect that I'm going to have to hope that the increases I have to healing are going to help with what the herbalist does for me. The Way of the Fulcrum, yeah. Oh. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, Weather Blows isn't under this particular one? Ooh. Well, I'm not too sure how things are going to go in here. Oh, okay, that gave me a bubble. Alright, the taunt gives me a bubble, which helps a bit, I hope. Oh, okay, I do have Weather Blows in there, and alright, so that gives me a bit of a heal in there. Not to be, oopsie daisy, is, oh no, that Searing Heat is the thing that is pulling me. And it looks like I'm much better at maintaining my morale here, so it looks like that's the answer there. Oh, now I get seared. And I wasted my heal there. Alright. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're off of that. Let's see, let's try that gives me my bubble again. I'm gonna have to. Oh! Oh, that's right! Ruingalad explodes at the end. Alright, so I get credit for finishing Ruingalad, but the explosion killed me. Alright. While not the ideal result, at least I got credit for the encounter and I don't have to worry about doing it again. It's most likely I'll just skip that one in the future. Because if I don't need credit for it, then I think I would probably be costing more marks by failing the encounter than I would in gaining it. But right now, the big thing is completing the encounter. And of course, you can't get Skirmisher in Middle-earth without at some point defeating Ruingalad. So it's got to be done. Now, the best way to get done with Ruingalad is if you are in a group, or sometimes group up, then hope that you get Ruingalad in a group, and that way you have better healing available to you. You might have somebody in the group that could more easily get through all of that. There you go. Well, that was quite interesting. With the sorcerer defeated and even Ruingalad out of the way, we can sleep peacefully at night, knowing that we are now safe. Well, thank you. I hope that we managed to ruin Ruingalad.
Dannenglor is ours, and it is to be hoped the Merivile will not return.
Go now to Kuchran on the porch of the Haunted Inn here in Ockham and give him my thanks. You're welcome. Now, that takes care of the skirmish version of Dannenglor, and I wonder how I'll do in actually invading the place on the landscape, because that could also be a little bit tricky at times. What do you say?
Our situation here is little changed.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I worried that the Grey Hammers would be a problem, but what could I say about it?
That the Grey Hammer... I think everybody thought that the Grey Hammers might be a problem, but that's not for me to decide. Now let's see how we do with the landscape version of Dannenglor, where we've got Morval, of course, because we had the Merivale inside of the instance, inside the skirmish, so of course we'll have some more of them here. We need to collect an elf's sword. The blade surely belonged to an elf, but it lies near a great stain of blood. Well, that's a bit of a problem, so we'll have to go and turn that in later. And check for treasure. So search for those. So we're not finding anything value of there. It looks like things are about level 62, so that should be reasonable for us to battle against. Now I am back in damage stance rather than tanking stance. So I only went to tanking stance for fighting against Ruingalad, which was successful. Now these bats are not aggressive, but the Dour Stacks Ruins bats are part of a quest I have where I need to defeat 12 of these bats. Let's see, let's try circling around this way. Oh, hello! I did not see you. But I would like to interrupt you and stop sneaking around here. So I think things are going reasonably well here. Alright, so now we need... Okay, we get the badges of bondage from the Morval. Oh, we've got the Ruin Bats, of course, are a straight kill quest. The treasure piles are just searching through all those items in there. And I've already completed the other one. Now let's find everything that's in here and hope I don't miss anything. Ah, this little area here needs me to fight 2 at a time. Or perhaps 3 at a time if she makes it over. No, she doesn't. She stops just short, and in addition to that, a bit late. A day late and $1 short. That operation was pretty successful. Thank you, Randir, for bringing me these. These tokens look to have been crafted by the beasts themselves, for they're very crude. This means that there is a leader amongst them. Oh, what a shock on that. A group with a leader? Wow. I killed some bats.
What can I do for you?
I'm glad to see you well after your venture into Dannenglor. I'm glad to see that I'm well also, if you most... How odd! Was there really nothing of worth? Nothing at all? Well, I'm afraid there wasn't.
Stay a moment.
And what about you? Oh yeah, I brought the stuff from the Lost Explorers.
What can I do for you?
Last, this doesn't bode well. My fears are all but confirmed. Oh, do you think there is any hope?
Mind my words, traveler.
The Merivale Dannenglor are deadly foes, and I fear that my friends met their doom at them, so you want me to kill Merivale. Alright, I'll kill some Merivale for you.
Might you spare a moment of
and
your
I might as well
time?
collect relics from them while I'm at it. Alright, fine. What did you want me to do again?
A moment of your time?
Oh, defeat their leader, of course. Alright, fine. I'll go back. Now let's defeat some Marival, collect some relics from those Marival, and find the guard. And here's our first Marival right here. So, a couple of steps at a time. And that's you. Oh, looks like, what, are both Morphle and Marival counting for that? Interesting. So, both Morphle and Marival are accounting for the Marival there. But the quest of collecting relics of interest, that's only dropping from the Marival. Alright. Oh boy. That's confusing or what? Now let's see. Where is the boss supposed to? Is the boss this way or is it the other direction? I can't remember which room he's in, so I guess I'll just have to do a little searching. That's right, there's supposed to be a horn, isn't there? Summon and defeat him. Hello? Is there anything for summoning people in here? Nope. Let's now try checking the skirmishes boss room. Where else would we find a boss, right? Oh, hello! Not that I recall seeing anything in a special note in here before, but it's worth a shot. There we go. Now, what do we have here? Well, there's a greedy Morval thief. Actually, or is this for some other sort of? I can't remember what this is for. Boom, 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 boom. Probably for the next quest they give me. It's called a preemptive strike then. Well, this was not the Marival I was looking for. But there was a boss here. Now, what about this room? What I really need to do is someday remember where he's supposed to be. I pretty often skip this quest, as you could obviously guess by the fact that I've got no clue as to where I'm supposed to do this summoning. What about? Oh, here it is. We've got a summoning horn. Well, that was underwhelming. I was expecting to hear a sound or something like that. I was also expecting him to be a little bit tougher than this, but we'll just have to go with what we've got here. There you go. Defeated the Morval Guard. So I just need to see if I can find a few more relics, and I am going to be out of this place. Hopefully for good. Well, I suppose I would have to come back on occasion for the skirmish version. But perhaps this will be the last time I have to worry about the landscape version for a while. Ah, no relic. I killed the Master of the Roost.
What can I do for you?
Wonderfully done. You have given as much aid in the dark and dreary place. They are welcome. There we go. Oh, completed Master of the Roost and completed Intermediate. Ooh, that unlocks another stable master for fast travel. That's good to know. What do you say?
How can I be of service?
I see that you had more success this time. I should have guessed that the filthy beasts would have kept the dearest treasures to themselves. Well, yeah, I guess that's what they do.
Mind my words, traveler.
Well, I did say that the greedy Morval thief was probably for the next quest. I think we'll just skip that one. And, oh yes, the
What
wings.
do you need? Will you lend me your ear?
No. I already promised I was not going to be returning there, so too bad. Ooh, I got an infused adamant out of that at some point. think I'm going to go and see if I can get any useful tracery upgrades. Now let's see what we got for that. Ignore pain cooldown and dispel count. What's that good for? Actually, I think that's a pretty good one to have because my ignore pain right now is at 20 seconds. Bringing that down to 15 seconds and having it take away one extra item that's on me, I think that's nice. So I will actually upgrade that, and now I have a better item there. Good. Now, with that, that is the end of today's episode, and next time we'll see how far we've gotten and see what interesting ways I could test this brawler in Piney Plays the Brawler.